What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dumb and Dumber. Now, I'm calling this episode Dumb and Dumber because it's going to be a little bit of a story time. But before we get to the story, just a little bit of an update. I'm now back to being by myself. I dropped Dad off at the airport this morning in Seattle. So right now he is on his way back to Virginia on a plane. But anyways, yesterday we had a pretty interesting day. It was honestly kind of one just funny story after another. So my aunt and uncle actually call us Dumb and Dumber. They actually call us the boys from Virginia. Just because me and my dad are a couple of goofballs and sometimes we do things that are a little stupid and we get a little sidetracked. So anyways, yesterday we stayed at a motel in Monroe, and that's about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Seattle. So about an hour drive to the airport. And we thought that in order for my dad to fly back to Virginia, he was going to need to get a COVID test. We knew that I had to get one because I have to cross into Canada in order to get to Alaska. And you need one within 72 hours of essentially crossing the border. So we figured that Dad needed one too. We didn't confirm this online. We just kind of went with that. Now, obviously, it was Memorial Day weekend, so Sunday we couldn't really go anywhere because all the places were closed. And, not Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend. So anyways, Sunday we basically went to Mount Rainier because, all the places were closed up for the weekend. But then we didn't realize that Labor Day, actually, most of the clinics would be closed. So we spent a good couple hours yesterday morning going around to different places. First, we went to Rite Aid, and they obviously didn't have rapid tests. They just had tests that got the results back within 5 days. We went to Safeway. They didn't really have any rapid tests either. And then we tried calling all the clinics. Basically, all of them were closed. So we're kind of like in panic mode, we want to make sure Dad can get on his flight. So finally, we drive all the way down to the airport because we had heard from people we talked to that maybe they would do it at the airport before you get on the flight. So we drove all the way down there. Took about an hour. And we got to the airport and we went to American Airlines. That was the airline my dad was flying on. We got all the way up to the check-in line, and there was a man there who was there to answer any questions, and he asked us if he could help us, and we said, well, we explained our situation. And then he asked if we were flying to London. He said, no, he's just flying to DC. And the guy said, oh, well, if it's a domestic flight, you don't need a COVID test, and you don't need to be vaccinated anymore. So that was a relief, but we felt kind of stupid wasting all that time trying to get that answer. So anyways, it was our last day together, so we wanted to do some laundry because we haven't done any laundry for the 2 weeks we've been together, and obviously we had a lot of dirty clothes. So we found a laundromat in Monroe after we drove back there. And, this was the first time me or my dad had really gone to a laundromat. Before I'd always either used the laundry room when I lived with my parents, or when I was living in Georgia, my apartment had a washer and dryer, so I never really had to go to a laundromat. So anyways, we get there and we're kind of confused on what to do. And then finally we figure out that we need to go to this machine to get a card. And the card is used to pay for the washer pay for the dryer, pay for the detergent, even pay for the bathroom, which is funny. But funny thing is, before you could even get the card, you had to get cash out because you couldn't basically pay with a credit card. So you had to use the ATM next to it to get the cash out. Then you had to put the cash in to get the card, and then you had to use the card for everything else. So anyways, we got the card, put our stuff in the wash, and then Dad goes to the bathroom. So he swiped his card, and then he gets into the bathroom, and then he puts it down, and he goes to the bathroom, and then he leaves without picking up his card. So then he had to go and buy a whole nother card just so he could unlock the bathroom to get his first card. So really, you know, Dumb and Dumber showing how intelligent we are throughout this entire process. And you know, we're asking people at the laundromat, how do you use the machines? You know, why isn't this working? So it was just, it was a fun day in general. And on top of that, the motel we rented, you know, I got it online, so you don't really know what you're getting online because they always make the pictures look different. And we get there, and you know, it's not a bad apartment. The bed's a little sunken, but it wasn't the worst one we had stayed in. And the next day, I go to take a shower, and I turn on the water, and almost no water comes out, maybe like a little trickle. And then a couple seconds later, the water shuts off completely. So we go to the front desk, we explain our situation, and the owner of the motel actually ended up giving us a much nicer room as sort of an apology and, like, you know, trying to make things right. So that was good. So Monroe Motel was a good stay, good management. So if you find yourself in Monroe, Washington, definitely consider staying there, because, you know, the manager was very accommodating, even though our first room wasn't the best. So yeah, anyways, that's about it. Pretty much back on my own again. Dad's on his way back to Virginia. I'm actually waiting right now. I drove back to Monroe to pretty much schedule a rapid COVID test. So I'm going to get that in a couple of hours. I actually scheduled the appointment for 2:15, and that was at 10:30 in the morning. So I just went to look for a park in the area, and I found this park. I think it was called Lord Hill Regional Park in Monroe, and I just went to find it because I didn't get to run this morning since me and Dad woke up early to catch his flight. So I just went there, got a nice run in. Actually kind of got lost along the way, so, you know, just another day for Dumb and Dumber. But luckily they had maps in the park, so I figured out how to get back to where my car was parked. So that was good. Little on-the-fly land navigation. But anyways, now I'm just kind of waiting. Probably might get like an iced coffee or something like that. Just hang out for a couple of hours. And then hopefully, if I don't get the results back too late, I'll be able to start heading towards Canada. At least get across the border before it gets too late. But yeah, I was considering showing you guys Lord Hill Park, maybe doing a little video of me running through it. Unfortunately, I haven't really become an expert on cinematography, so I didn't want to just give you another crappy shaky cam video like the last one when I was hiking up that hill. But who knows, maybe if I get some better equipment like a selfie stick to hold my phone, I can actually make some mobile videos instead of, you know, just me walking around or me sitting in one place. Maybe I can do some outdoorsy kind of stuff. Basically more of what I've been doing. So that's about it. Don't want to rant on for too long. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you updated as I travel across Canada and into Alaska.